Hey guys, what's up? So you're getting two videos today. I'm still doing my Black Series reviews, so I'm going to have one of them for you real soon. But first of all, I just want to do a quick review of the Star Wars movie that just came out, The Last Jedi. So this is what this is. It's a Star Wars film review, and I just quickly want to say as well, like, I know there's still a few people who might not have seen the film. I can't guarantee I won't drop spoilers here, so if you haven't seen the movie, go away and then come back and we'll talk about it and it'll all be good. Unless you're not bothered about spoilers and stuff, you can just sit there and listen to me talk for a little bit. I'm not going to go on and on about the movie, but effectively now this is where it starts, so you don't, if you, like I said, spoilers, you don't want to be here for the rest of this. Start off by saying, before I saw this movie, I had a lot of bad things. Like, I had some good things, but I had a lot of bad things. Like, a lot of people seems to them like the characters wasn't tackled very well, or, you know, people have problems with the way the film was shot, the narrative of the story, like, people had problems with it, basically. They didn't enjoy it, so I had a lot of things going in. I had nothing spoiled for me, so I was lucky with that, and I'm thankful. I have good friends and whatnot who decided not to ruin it for me, because they could have just as well done that, but yeah, so I went in thinking, now a lot of people weren't happy with this, like, a lot of people were saying it's ruined Star Wars and all these things. You always get those kind of people with any movie. Take Justice League. I thoroughly enjoyed Justice League. It was a good movie. That's all it was. It was a superhero movie and I enjoyed it. I got what I paid for. People are so over the top sometimes with movies, and it's a shame really, but yeah, I really like that movie. So, and I think actually one of my friends, well, he's not my friend now, but one of my friends said it best when we saw Force Awakens, because that got a lot of crap as well, and we both thoroughly enjoyed it. And he said, you know, I paid for a Star Wars movie. Okay, that's what I got. I got a Star Wars movie. So how can I be unhappy? That's what you're going in for. He's a very illogical person, but showed a lot of logic that day when he said that. Anyway, I digress. A lot of people didn't really like the movie, from what I heard. Certain characters that didn't like. Luke, for instance. I'll just say this. I'm really nervous about saying anything that might ruin it for anyone, but some people really don't like the way Luke was handled in this movie. Now, I, for one, loved the whole thing. Like, there's not one part of the film that I really didn't like that much. There was a bit at the beginning with Poe Dameron and Hux, and I enjoyed both of those characters, but there was a bit where it was like they're having connection issues or something, or Poe Dameron's just trolling him basically, and yeah, that bit just fell a bit flat. But that was the only problem with the whole movie. Everything else was brilliant. I really enjoyed every bit of it. Thought Rey was great in this movie. She's turning into quite the hero. Fully behind her. Poe Dameron, like I said earlier, brilliant role in this movie. Was an awesome character. Finn was awesome. Chewie was awesome. Luke was awesome. Like, I found myself so shocked at most of the things Luke did in this movie, in a good way. Like, not in a bad way. I wasn't sat there like, oh my god, they've ruined the character. I was like, there's this one bit. Like I said, I won't spoil things too much. I'm trying my best not to, but there's this one bit, like, you know, where The Force Awakens left off, and you have, you know, Rey pass the lightsaber to Luke. Well, he takes the lightsaber and he just goes, chucks it. Just, oh, I was on my ass laughing. You better believe it. Oh, did not see that coming. So well done. The whole movie just was like that. I'm not going to go into why other people have problems with it. I always find with any sort of narrative, so any sort of movie or any book or anything, if you're watching this movie or reading this book and you're sat there going, whoa, what happens next, or where's this going to go from here, then that movie or literature or whatever it is, it's doing its job, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go watch a movie and you're supposed to be sat there the whole time going, what's going to happen next? That's amazing. Where's this going to go? What's going to happen with this? How's that going to develop? And this movie did that for me. I was sat there the whole time like, whoa, didn't see that coming. Whoa, that was amazing. A lot of people said they had expectations for this film going in, and none of their expectations was met. Depending on how you look at it, that could be a good or a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing. If you go into a movie expecting things and you don't get what you expected and you're surprised for the whole thing, that's a good movie, you know? And I always go into movies with low expectations. I don't hope to see too much. I don't go, oh, I want to see this and I want to see that, and there better be an X-Wing battle and there better be a lightsaber fight, and I just go in thinking, I'm off to watch Star Wars, like I have many times in my life. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a great movie, and it always is. Like, you're talking to someone who likes Episode 1, which not a lot of people do, but I don't think there's a Star Wars film I actually dislike. All of them are pretty awesome films. But just going back to The Last Jedi, it did its job. Like I said before, it ticks all the right boxes. We saw so much in this movie. Like, we saw Leia use the Force, and that was a big thing for me because she's always, you know, been Force sensitive, but we've never actually seen her use them powers. So to use them powers, it was mind blowing. You know, Kylo Ren was just awesome in this movie. The character development, where they took him with a plot, like, he was so conflicted in this movie. I didn't know whether he was going to go to the light or the dark, and there was just, it was, if you haven't seen it yet, and you're a Star Wars fan, you need to go, like, right now. You need to stop this video, like, press pause or whatever, you can go to the cinema, watch the film, come back, and then pick up where you've left off. You'll see what I mean. Like, it is not a bad movie by, you know, any circumstances. One thing that annoyed me was someone was saying, oh yeah, they dropped bombs in space and that wouldn't happen. And come on, dude, you're nitpicking. The Resistance, like, they would have thought of this. They would have thought, we have bombers in space, so the bombs have to drop. They would have come up with the technology to make that happen. Don't nitpick, like, say gravity and all that stuff, because you can't use that as an argument. Like, anything's plausible in this universe. It doesn't work the same way as our world. Like, it's make-believe, you know? So, some people had problems that you know, they blew way out of proportion. When you really think about it, they're tiny, tiny little nitpicks. So yeah, really good. The way the movie ended, like, honestly, if you've come this far, like, I've said too much already. So, like, Luke had this amazing battle with Kylo Ren. It was just amazing, and then it was all a Force projection, and you see him sat on the island on a rock meditating and sweating and struggling. You can see it in his mind, and then the cloak, and he disappears. And Yoda was in this movie, the puppet Yoda. That was awesome. Like, just to see Yoda and Luke talking again after all this time. And it was so funny as well, like, you know, like Luke was like, Master Yoda, I'm going to go burn this down. And then, he couldn't, and then Yoda, like, stole Thor's power and created lightning with a Force. Natural lightning, not like, just, the whole thing was immense. I'm not going to say anymore. But it was a really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't wait for episode 9 now. Can't wait to see what J.J. Abrams is going to pick up from Rian Johnson's brilliant movie and, you know, tie this all in. Just want to quickly say at the end as well, with the little kid using the Force and raising the lightsaber, that's really good. That means we can get more stories out of these characters without it necessarily having to be a Skywalker story. So really, really hyped for that, guys. Stay tuned because I am filming a figure review. Take care of yourselves, like and subscribe and all of that stuff. And just go watch Star Wars The Last Jedi because it was amazing.